I'm gonna lean with it. I can lean. I can lean. No, I don't know. Oh. Because this mic is not going to be queued up for my voice. We're live, so I can send this out. Thank you. Do I need to wear my glasses?
No.
Okay. Okay. And so, first of all, volunteers don't even have the link yet. I'm not seeing that we're live. All right, and I'm looking for the link with no luck so far. I'm on the YouTube channel, but the YouTube channel does not say we're live. Mm-hmm. Calling him now. Look, calling Myra now.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice
Aw. Ugly. Hold on now. Stand on here. There we go. Now you can't tell, barely. Yes, sir. Oh, you're on the phone? Yeah. Yeah, give me all. Not your. And good evening, everyone. You guys know me. My name is Kristen. I'm your assistant production manager. And tonight we're going to get into some training with cameras, specifically our handheld. Now, you take a look here. We got our trusty Camera 5 for those who are familiar with this. We're going to discuss our lenses, our shutter speed, ISO, game, and whenever Pro is ready to jump in, he's also going to give me some ins and outs on, all the specifics on what to look out for when you're on handheld, what shots we're going to be looking for, and if you want to do any training, or if you have any friends who want to volunteer, tell them to download the Church Center app, find a church, go into our volunteer departments, click on Creative Media, and get started there. All right, and with that, we're going to go ahead and get started.
Hey, everybody. I know that you can't see me right now, but this is The Voice. Let's go ahead straight with our camera. So the first thing, we already have ours on, but the first thing that we're going to do is turn it off. This is our on and off button right here. So our on and off button, when you first get your camera or whatnot, it should already be in the off position, and you should be waiting on a lens. So when you get a lens, we prefer that you are on either 24 to 70 or 70 to 200, which we're using the 24 and the 70 and the 70 to 200 to get you the shot that we're looking at right now. But you're going to put the lens on up front. Now, let's turn this camera around a little bit so you can see where we're talking about.
All right. So, I'm gonna move the camera right here. Bring a little closer to me. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. And.
Okie doke. So everybody see this little button right here? As a matter of fact, Chris, I'm gonna have you do it while I'm talking you through it.
All right.
All right. So this little button right here has to be depressed, and once it's depressed, you can turn the lens and then remove it. Okay. So we're going to replace this with a 70 to 200.
There you go.
All right. Take the top off. All right. Once you take the top off, all right, you're going to line up this red dot with that red dot. All right. And let's go ahead and put that on there. And we have connection. This is how we install our lens. All right. So let's try that one more time. Chris, go ahead and take that 70 to 200 off. All right, and we're going to put that 24 back on there. The red dot. Make sure you show it to him. It's going to be on the inside.
Oh.
Now,
Each lenses are different.
each lens is different. Each lens, every lens is different. So you're going to have to make sure that you find that red dot and then align that red dot with the camera. Now, this is for a EF mount lens. Our cameras are Canon cameras. These cameras work with EF mounts. Okay, so let's do that one more time, and let's keep that 70 to 200 on there, since that's the lens that we always going to be working with. All right, press the button, turn. We'll make sure that this cap goes back on here. Do not turn in a lens without the cap. Cool. All right, red dot. Line it up. Yep. There you go. All right, now we're going to turn this around so you can see this lens is flat on this point. If this isn't flat, you have an opportunity to turn this the wrong way, and we don't want to do that. So, Chris, can you do it one more time so everybody can see that that's flat?
Yes.
Depress the button, turn, and y'all seen the lean that came out of there? Just use the same 70 to 200. Line it up. Now, once you get it in there, you see how she has a second? You see how it fit in there like that? We need it just like that. It has to be real smooth, just like that. Okay? All right, so now let's talk about the control on the camera. Okay? So our controls are going to start with turning the camera on. If you're ever recording and you need to check the media that you're recording, you can turn it to media mode. This will open up anything that is currently on your SD card. Now, we usually don't record on the SD on Sundays, but just in case that you get your hands on a C200 or you have to use this for one of our other situations, such as like we have Black Business Expo coming up, we will need a cameraman to be out there actually doing what it is, collecting that.
Yeah.
Yep. So with that being said, it wouldn't be just as far as live streaming. You would have to put an SD card in here, which we're going to turn this around and show you where that goes. Sorry.
You're okay.
Okay, dope. So the SD card is going to go right there where it says SD card slot. Yep. So, dudes notice that this has a cover on it. This cover is a dust cover. You want that dust cover closed so that we don't have a problem connecting the media. And the only thing you're going to do is pull that up, slide your SD card in, and it's going to be a push button to lock. So you're going to push it in there, and you're going to hear it lock. After it's locked, close it down. You're ready. Okay, dope. Is anybody mediating for questions or anything like that if we're moving too fast? Chris is going to get online just to see if we got any questions or anything like that, and we're going to go ahead and switch over so that we can see how to power up our unit. As a matter of fact, while we got this over here, let's talk about this battery section right here. Okay, dope. That's fine. This is the battery section. Now, the battery section can be removed when you first get your camera. You're going to press the battery release. Everybody see the battery release right there? You're going to press the battery release, and you're just going to turn this to the right. Doing this with one hand, so you got to put a little... And that's how it comes off. This is your battery right here. Everybody say hi to Ari. My son's calling right now. Okay. I'm at work right now. I'll call you back in a sec.
Now you're on the call with them.
I'm so sorry. All right. In order to put this battery back in there, you're going to slide it in on the right side, okay? There's going to be like a spring right there, a retention spring. Do you see how the battery release retention spring is going down as I'm pressing it forward? That's the battery release retention spring. Mm-hmm. We're going to press that forward. If you see that go forward, then you know that the battery is ready to be turned to your left, but you're just going to slide it over, and we are locked in. The battery release retention button will pop up, and you shouldn't be able to slide this back to the left. If you can, then it's not secure.
You should hear a click and feel it lock.
You should hear a click and feel it lock. All right. So now, since we have this connected, the next thing that we're going to be looking at is how to turn the camera on. All right.
I'm having fun, guys. Are you guys having fun?
Let's focus that up. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn that off turn it off, but take it out of media mode. Okay, so now we have our battery, we have our lens, we're ready to go. Let's turn the camera on. Okay, dope. Once the camera's on, let's switch to this other camera here. You should see the viewfinder right here. Mm-hmm. Okay? So we see that our histogram is up here. That's going to tell us how much light is up there. We're going to see that our white balance is to our lower left. We're going to see our aperture in the middle. We're going to see our ISO right here to the right. And then we're going to see our frame rate after that, which I'll turn this around so you can see it in a second. But we'll come back to that. Now, when we're looking at the side of the camera, we have image magnification, which in case you can't see what you're focusing on, you can press that. Peaking. Peaking is going to show you, it's going to outline the subject in red. You don't necessarily need it, but if you're having a hard time seeing in the dark, you can use it. Zebras do the same thing. Is that everything in focus won't be in zebra or the crossing lines, and everything out of focus will be. Your ISO and gain, we would. What is WFM? Oh, that is your histogram. This, I'm not sure what that stands for. It's a Canon specific feature. But this is going to change whether your histogram comes on or not. Then you have your ISO/gain, your shutter speed, and then your display itself. Your white balance is going to be controlled down here. So if you press this, it's going to take you to your white balance, which I'll take that over in just a second. These are basically all of the settings that you need to know in order to film on a handheld camera. Your ISO is going to determine your light sensitivity, no matter where your shutter speed is, but your sensitivity to light. Your shutter speed is going to be how fast the shutter actually moves. Once your shutter speed is set, because we record in 60 frames per second, do not touch it. Leave it right there. You don't have to mess with that in any way, shape, or form. So our shutter speed is set at 60 frames per second, but our actual shutter is double that, which is 120 frames per second. We do this so we don't miss any shots. And if you have the ability to shoot, and let's say you shooting you shooting a cinematic film and you shooting in 24 frames per second, you actually want to shoot. You want to set your project in 24 frames per second, but you want to shoot double the speed. That way you're picking up 2 shots for every one. That is very important. It's to make sure that we have the clarity that we're getting right now, i.e., yeah, you actually see all of the shining on these 15-year-old cameras. That's what we're looking for, okay? So now let's turn this camera around and see what's inside of our viewfinder when we press these buttons.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
And you want me to go ahead and cut?
And you can cut.
All right, cutting.
Everybody should be able to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're not too much focused on what's in focus and what's out of focus. It's going to be really hard to get something in focus on this side. So we're not too much worried about what's in focus and what's out of focus right now. We really want to worry about how to operate this camera. All right. So let's pull this up a little bit so you can see the whole thing. There you go. All right. Our function button is going to be one of the best uses that we have. It's going to take you everywhere across this bottom screen right here, okay? So if I hit function, it's going to automatically take me to the Kelvin setting. If I hit function again, it's going to take me to the white balance inside the Kelvin section. If I hit
random bonus points for people in the chat right now. If you can tell us what Kelvin is a unit measure of.
That's a good one. That is actually bonus points.
Yeah, so I might have to throw in something for somebody if they actually can tell me what Kelvin means.
You know what? That might be a thing that we do on a weekly basis is have bonus questions in there. I think that's something we can implement.
I say get a little prize. Why not?
All right, so let's continue. There, big arms. All right. This plus or minus 0 is going to give you either green or purple or magenta, excuse me. As far as if your shot is green or purple, you can, like if I bring this all the way down, do you see how it turns green? All right. And if I bring this all the way up, you see how it turns magenta? Okay. So now, if I go to the actual color balance itself, if I go all the way up, everything turns orange. If I go all the way down, everything turns blue. I got another bonus question. If you could tell me why this happens, then I will definitely have something for you. I got lunch for you or something like that. So, but this is your white balance and the ability to be able to control your white balance. Right now, we are at 4,000. So that's where we want to keep everything. Booyah. In order to set where you are, the only thing you have to do is depress this button. So if I hit the function button and it takes me to the white balance and I need to change that, I will change my white balance. When I have the white balance that I want, I will depress and that will set it, and we can then shoot what it is we need to shoot. Now that function button is actually going to let you carry through on every area of this camera. So let's hit the function button again.
Ooh, pro. We actually got a response from our bonus question.
Did we really?
Yes.
Who was it?
It is Tasia, and she. It's a question. It's a question answer, but it's temperature.
What kind of temperature, Tasia?
Oh, okay, Tasia. You gotta tell us what type of temperature.
Yeah, because it could be you could be Fahrenheit, you could be Celsius.
Fahrenheit or Celsius. You gotta tell us either one.
No.
Oh no.
No, it could be tungsten. It could be daylight. Like, which temperature are you talking about?
Okay, guys. So you gotta tell us the type of temperature.
Mm-hmm. Gotta be specific.
What type of unit Kelvin is exactly. But you're close though.
So, the next thing that we're gonna look at is the ISO, which is your sensitivity to light. So, the higher the ISO, the more sensitive your camera is to light, which means that a candle, which would normally not be that bright in the area, you can turn the ISO up to make it more sensitive to that candle, and that's going to make the room light up even more. So right now we're in 1,000 ISO. If we go all the way up, and let's say getting them hundreds, you see how everything turns white. That's 25,600. That is the maximum capability of this camera. If we take the ISO all the way down, that means that this camera is not going to be sensitive to light at all, which means it has to be very bright in order for you to get a picture. We want to be somewhere in the middle. Our sweet spot is 800. Now, I don't mind if you bump up to 1,200, 13 when you get in crowd shots, and that's just because like you're in a really dark area. It's best to zoom out as much as possible and to open up your aperture and your ISO, which the highest aperture you could be at is a 2.8. The lowest aperture you could be at is like a f/16. So when we're talking about aperture, the numbers are backwards. When they say a high aperture rating, they're talking about a low number. When they say a low aperture rating, they're talking about a high number, which is also the camera's sensitivity to light and its focus point. Cool. After that, let's go function button one more time.
Oh, I got another answer for our bonus question.
I'm listening.
Thermodynamic.
So we have a few engineers out here. Nope, still wrong.
Oh, no, we got to try again, y'all. I
You
keep
close.
trying.
You very, very, very close. So still stay on that, but like as you don't have to go that far into detail, but you are on the right. You're getting warm. How about that? That should give you a hint. All right. So now the next function is going to be, let's hit this up. I see. All right, that's going to be our shutter speed. Our shutter speed can be adjusted all the way down to 30 frames per second. Oh, that is right. We're shooting 30 frames, not 60. So that 120 would actually be way too high. That's 4 times what we actually need. So since we are shooting in 29.97 or 29.97p, we would automatically just go ahead and jump up to 60. We're good right there. You don't have to touch it after that. We are at double our frame rate, our project frame rate, which means that for every one shot that gets sent, we're actually taking 2 shots. If we were to record this for our normal show, which is shot in 30 frames per second, we would be able to get slow motion out of this. Cool. All right. That's pretty much it. Honestly, as far as setting for what we need on Sundays, is very straightforward. It's not a situation that we want to confuse you or have you doing all types of extra. Can I get it to focus? Nah, we too close. So another thing that I do want to talk about, you can switch back so we can talk about this lens.
All right. Also, you guys, I'm tracking these comments too, so.
So this camera and this lens has a minimum focus distance. All right. That 70 to 200, you can find its minimum focus distance right up here.
Hold on. I can't see you. Can't see you.
Can't see me.
Can't see you.
Well, you pointed out. It's up there. Or turn it.
There you go.
There you go. All right. This is on a 2. This means that it's a 2 foot. All right. You can bring it back now. 1 foot. Yeah, 2.8. Which means to get the 2.8, you have to be at least 1 foot away from them. Okay? You put it back up. All right, any closer than that, you won't be able to get the camera in focus. I don't care how much you turn that knob. Let's also talk about something very, very important, which is the Teradek. The Teradek is actually the way that we get the signal back to the control.
Back to me. If I tell you, handheld crew, that your shot is shaky and I need you to reset because I'm seeing a frame rating issue, like in your pixelating or something's wrong, I'm going to tell you to reset to your camera, to reset this Teradek so that I can get you back. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And that brings us to a very, very our next situation, which is going to be the Teradek. So let's pull this up. Face the Teradek. You can switch.
Okay.
Okay, dope. So this is actually one of our older HDMI wireless transmitters, but it is called the Teradek, but it works. So the thing about this is there is a power.
Oh.
There is a power, and then there is a HDMI input.
I have another update for that pop-up question. Color temperature.
Yay! Ding, 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 ding.
All right, Tasia, you got the prize.
Burn, 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 burn.
You will be notified exactly what your prize is. But it's going to be something good, I promise you.
We're going to work it out.
You're going to work it out, but Tasia, you got it.
So now, if we look, our HDMI cable that's coming from our camera is going to plug in right here. Okay, dope. All right, then our power cord, which is next. One side is a DTAP. This is called a DTAP. The other is a 7 volt AC plug, which these come in different types, but most of these are standardized when they're 7 volts. So all of our Teradeks and wireless transmitters take the same thing. I'm going to plug that in right there. Cool. That's going to give us power. So let me turn this around right quick. Okie doke. Another thing about our Teradek is you want this to be facing straight up. You don't want it down, or like I've seen some people like, let's take this down. I've seen some people release this and it'd be like down here somewhere. All right, that's not good. That's not good at all. And the reason why this isn't good is because the Teradek deck has to be visual. Well, excuse me, the transmitter has to visually see the receiver in order to send a proper signal. The only way that you're going to be able to do that is to keep it up high. If you do come to this camera and it's looking like that, the only thing that you have to do, loosen this right here, Chris. Yep, and go straight up. Yep. Oh, dope. And there's our Teradek. Cool. So now,
Standing tall and strong.
the next thing that we would have to do would be connect power to our Teradek. All right, the way we're going to do this is switch. This is called a V-mount battery. Got that? So you can get that in focus. All right, this is your V-mount battery. Cool. They come in different styles. This is also called a D-tap battery, and the reason why this is called a D-tap battery is because of this part right here. I don't know if y'all can see the D. Oh, back up a little bit. Yeah, appreciate you, JoJo. Nice. All right, so that is a D, and a D-tap is this right here. All right, focus, focus. All right, now that D-tap is going to go into this V-mount battery. All right. Once it goes in there, then we're going to lock the V-mount battery down onto the V-mount lock, which is here. Now, the way this is done, before you get it done, there's a clip right here. All right. That clip has to line up with this part that's right here. Excuse me. Right here. All right, go ahead and switch so I could put your no, switch the that part.
I thought I was getting up.
All right. So here, I'll do it since I'm on the set. So the way that this is going to line up is you want, there we go. You want this part, which is the clasp, to line up inside of the lock. Now this area that's a little detent that's right here fits perfect right here. So what you want to do is lay that on there flat. Once it's on there flat, you'll get that lock. And this is going to be the piece that actually releases it. So in order to release this, you want to push it forward and you want to push it up, and it'll pop right off. All right? So come on down. Lay it flat. Booyah. All right? Now, an easy way to tell if you have a full battery or not is to press this button right here. If you press this button, you will see your battery is full. Now, if you get one of these V-mount batteries and you press this button and even one light is missing before service starts, you need another battery.
You need another battery. You need another battery.
Y'all probably didn't hear none of that. All right, so I wasn't holding my microphone, so we're going to try this one more time. All right. So we're going to push this up. This little detent right here is going to line up with this part right here. You're going to push that on there where it's flat. Once it's flat, pull down. I'm trying to do this with one hand, so don't judge me. Almost.
Oh, you're hurt.
Oh, you got it. There we go. All right. So now that that's flat, all locked in, D-tap plugged in, check the battery.
You're okay not holding the mic. You're still clear.
Oh, awesome. Then I'm putting the microphone down.
Make sure it's near you on mask.
Yeah, I'll take that. So now,
Is that your son again?
yeah. So now that we are connected, we have our tear deck connected. Go ahead and switch over there for me. Yeah. Now that we are connected on a V-mount, the tear deck is connected to the V-mount. The tear deck is connected to the camera. We should be seeing anything that's on this camera on camera 5 over here. All right?
Which I do.
Which you do. We see this.
So they can see the corner of the preview right here.
Mhm.
And so we got the lamp.
We have the lamp. But this is how we make sure that we have clear communication between the camera, the tear deck, and the control room. Do we have any questions? Anybody miss anything?
No. I'd say it seems like they're just really enjoying the lesson right now,
That's awesome.
taking it all in.
That is awesome.
Um,
All right, so the next thing that we're going to do, praise and worship has happened, sermon has happened, and everything like that. The next thing we have to do is turn in the camera, okay? So now when we turn in the camera, I'm actually going to pass this over to Cardiac because Cardiac knows actually, I could go through it. There's a couple things that you need to know. First things first. You switch. Oh, wrong one.
Oh, you want to go to 5? Oh, Lord.
Yeah, 6.
My bad.
First thing you're going to do, disconnect the battery or the V-mount battery. Take the V-mount battery off. Do not let this just dangle like this.
Please
I
don't.
do not like this. This is the reason why it looks like this right now.
Cables are very vital for media.
All right. Cables are the most important things that we have. If these cables go bad in any way, shape, or form, we will lose signal. That is not something we can afford in the middle of praise and worship.
Please.
Or definitely not in the middle of the sermon. Like, imagine seeing...
Not while Mick Collins gets shot. My goodness.
We'll take it. So, once that's disconnected, please disconnect your HDMI. Once your HDMI is disconnected, your battery is the next thing to come off. Disconnect your battery. All right. Both batteries need to be put on the charger once these are done. So this is our Canon battery that's going to go with the camera. This is a BPA60. And then you have your V-mount, which is also going to go on the charger. You are not released from your duties until these are back on the charger. Another thing, we do not want to leave. That's fine. That's cool right there. We do not want to turn in our cameras and leave them like this.
Oh, no. Oh, no. The hazard,
Okay?
the damage this could do.
There's so many things wrong about this. The dust, if you're walking around with it like this, then it's a possibility anything could go in here. And you see this little purple type of thing, purple greeny thing in there? That's the sensor. That's where we get all of our signal from. If you touch that, this $2,000 piece of camera is null and void. We don't need it anymore. It's not going to do anything for us. So you're either going to put a cover on this or you're going to keep a lens on it. Thank you. Once you put this back on and take it back into the secure room, there will be a label on where these cameras go. Please put it back in the space that is labeled. So you're going to put your battery back on the charger. You're going to put your V-mount on the charger. You're going to put the camera in its proper place. And then you're going to inform the camera lead that you have done everything. They're going to check you out. And then after that, you'll be released. Cool.
Ooh, here's a random question. Because this is something that I've actually run into at some point. I'm gonna switch cameras. Wait, no, stay right here. It's like a talk show. I liked it.
I'm right here.
Okay. Okay, so say I'm a handheld camera crew, and I'm in the sanctuary for a little bit, and I didn't put my camera away because I'm fellowshipping right now. What happens if I try to put my camera away, but the room is now locked up?
If the room is locked at that time, you need to get one of the production leads. If it's not Cardiac, if it's not me, if it's not Chris, and everybody congratulate JoJo. JoJo is now a part of the team.
JoJo, my man, all right now.
All right. So if it's not one of us that can let you into the secure room, then just wait. Don't leave the camera anywhere. Don't leave it at the front of the house.
No.
Like, this is your sword. If you've been entrusted with this sword, then we need it back and to put in the stone for the next night of the rounds table.
The sword.
The sword. All right? This is your sword. When we send you out to war and you go out there and you swipe these demons and be Michael for a minute, this is your sword.
He said, you bring back your sword, be polished. If you're not bringing back your sword, I'm going to have an issue.
Exactly. So, but I mean, this is all a learning experience. Like, at the end of the day, people do make mistakes. We're just trying to limit the mistakes so we could have the longevity of the equipment, and the next person who comes after you has the same opportunity to learn that you did.
Exactly. See, we work with machines. We are not machines.
Yeah, exactly.
See, hard difference there.
Just want to make sure that they come back. The next person has the same opportunity that you had. We don't want to short anybody. We want everybody to have the same experience. We don't want it to be a situation where, like, okay, well, I never get to get on the 70 to 200 lens. If we're taking care of all the 70 to 200 lenses, then everybody will have one. Same with the 24 to 70.
Exactly.
We just have to take care of our equipment so the next person who comes after you, who wants to learn, who wants to serve the same way that you do, they want the same opportunity that you had.
Exactly.
All right. And that's what this training is about. Cool.
Cool.
Any more questions?
Let me take a gander. No, it looks like we are all good. Oh, we did get a couple of congratulations for JoJo being on staff.
Hey, one more time for JoJo. Congratulations. Wooly woo woo.
Woo, woo. All right, I expect to see you in meetings now.
Hey.
All right.
All right. Well, if we're wrapped up and everything like that, we ain't got no more questions. Don't forget, like, just because you see this video later, like anything like that, or if you hadn't had opportunity to see it live, you can still ask questions. We still go through the comments. We still want to know what it is that you want to know, where you're having trouble at, where your stumbling blocks is. We're here to help.
Exactly. And you can even message us directly through Church Center because our email is in there. So you can email us, myself, Pro, or Rayada, any questions, and we'll answer you.
Yep.
And, before we go,
okay,
about a couple of things. Like, we're in the Mo Money season. Woo, woo. We just started this Mo Money series with PA. Nothing too big is to be expected so far. We do have two guests.
Okay.
We're going to have two upcoming guests, kind of alternating per week. October 13th. After service, October 13th, we will be taking down the stage. We do need volunteers to come out and... Oh, no, you not. Oh, no, we're going to switch cameras. Get me on this one.
It'll pop right back on.
It's going to pop.
Yeah.
It's going to pop.
No, it's on right now. It's the monitor that's went out.
Oh, the monitor went out.
Okay, the monitor.
Okay,
Hold on,
fine.
y'all. Technical difficulties on the training. Can I just?
That was probably
okay.
the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was probably that was meant to happen. And the reason why I say that was meant to happen is because if you don't check your batteries, that's
Yep.
what will happen.
Yep.
All right. With that being said, the 13th.
Yes, October 13th, right after service, we'll be taking down the stage, LED wall, moving, I believe, are we moving band as well?
Yes, band will be moving.
All right, everything's going to be moved on stage. So if you are free to help and serve, we greatly appreciate it. If not, we completely understand. Enjoy yourselves. We're going to be redoing the stage for the entire week. So if you're available throughout the week, whenever Pro or myself are in, you can go ahead and hit us up, see if we can come and help. And then October 20th, we do have service that morning, the Black Business Expo, and then we have the Will Worship concert.
All hands on deck.
If you are available, please go ahead and let us know in this chat now.
Very much so.
Not in the YouTube chat, in the Church Center app. Let us know in Church Center. That way we can go ahead and schedule and lock you in. And training is, as per usual, virtually online at 7:30 now.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
All right.
All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you.